What's up? I'm at the Collective Genius Mastermind with Mr. Ren Bartlett right here. This guy's been in the industry for a long time, and we're just chatting back and forth. Ren, you're doing all sorts of stuff. You guys got a massive operation. You've been in the industry for a long time. Can you tell me a little bit more about like how you got started?
Yeah.
And where you're wanting to go with it, and just maybe give some information to the people that are just getting into the game, you know?
Yeah. So I got started in wholesaling 7 years ago. I was actually running an ad agency, and my ex-business partner at the time seen my work ethic and seen my tenacity, and he was like, hey, I want to offer you this opportunity. I actually turned him down. I was like, dude, I'm an ad man. Like, I sell advertising. I don't know anything about real estate. Sounds cool. I want to buy some rentals one day.
Yeah.
And what happened was like, I had my annual review with the ad company that I was working with. And, you know, the guy was like, hey, I'm cutting your commissions. And by the way, you're never going to make partner. And so I went back to the dude and was like, hey, is that deal still on the table? Does it have equity? And so we worked it out. And he was doing about 50 deals a year at the time. And we actually grew that company over 5 years to about 25 million in revenue.
Awesome.
Doing 100 deals a month.
Yeah.
So a lot of battle scars come with doing that, right? So
yeah.
Our partnership ended back in July. We went and opened shop in Atlanta, and in 1 year, we've been able to replace that revenue. And so we're knocking on the door of $1 million a month.
Awesome.
So it's really neat. I love Atlanta because average profit per deal there is 30 grand. Whereas back at the previous company, we were operating in a bunch of tertiary markets. Average profit per deal was like 13, 14. So
yeah, that's a big difference. Big difference.
Big
you feel it's the same amount of work? To make 13 versus the 30?
I think it's less work.
Less work.
Maybe.
Is just more equity in that market? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, what I figure is your average profit per deal is going to trade median house price by about 10%.
Okay.
Right? So, I mean, it's the same type of work, but it just feels different.
Yeah.
When you get that deal and you get 30K
it's a big difference.
Yeah. It's a big difference.
For the guy's motivation, everything.
Well, and additionally, you know, to do 100 transactions a month, we were spread out over 11 markets. And so operating 11 different offices all around the Southeast, logistically, from a cultural standpoint, from a people standpoint, that's pretty tough to pull off.
Yeah.
But when you're doing it in one centralized location, it is easier. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
like
makes
getting
sense.
a deal is getting a deal, no matter where it's at. But operating from a transactional value that high, it's easier when you're in one consolidated location.
That makes sense. Are you guys virtual over the phone, or are you in person?
Yeah, so we're all over the phone.
Oh, really?
All over the phone in Atlanta. We have a secondary market where I live in Mobile. We do belly to belly there just because geographically it's much easier.
Yeah.
But in Atlanta, it's a big lift to get, because, you know, traffic's terrible.
You would be all day going to appointments.
One appointment could take you 4 hours to get to.
So to wreck things.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool, man. So where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Mobile, Alabama.
Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah,
awesome.
Southern boy.
Yeah, awesome. Cool, man.
Yeah.
Grew up playing sports. Obviously, you work out.
Yeah, I work out. Baseball. A lot of
gotcha.
baseball in high school, and I love to play pickup basketball. So
Nice, dude. That's awesome. Do you feel like your aggressiveness in sports and kind of that camaraderie with the team led to being more successful in business now?
I don't know. That's a good question. I had a conversation with my boy Paul Sparks recently, and he was like, one thing that we don't understand as entrepreneurs is how we acted as children and how we showed up as kids often translates into how we play business. So how, you know, and he asked me to like kind of go back and reflect, how did you play your favorite sport as a kid, right? Were you the guy that always had to take the shot? Did you always want the ball, or were you more of a passer and a defensive player, whatever it took to help the team? So I think a lot of how I showed up playing pickup basketball, like I was the smallest, I was not the fastest, but I had good IQ, and I knew how to help get the team in position to win the game, and that's where I was most fulfilled. It wasn't taking the game-winning shot. It was just freaking winning. And however I could use however I use my skill set to winning. So
that's awesome.
I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
People getting started, where would you start? If you were telling them right now, when young guys come to you and say, man, hey, Ren, how do I get started? What do I do?
Find a freaking mentor.
Dude, 100%.
Right.
100%.
Somebody
no matter what it is.
Share that experience with you, no matter what it is, man, because it's just so important to have somebody that can guide you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
a lot of times in business, we need that to create that shortcut, but we also need like people that have accomplished a certain amount of success, hopefully they found that success by doing the right thing. And when you're early in business, it's so easy to take the quick buck at the sacrifice of integrity.
Yeah.
Right. And when you have a good mentor, they show you how to operate like a real businessman, somebody that has core values and somebody that makes integrity-based decisions. Because especially at wholesaling, it's easy to do the wrong thing for a quick paycheck.
But it's going to wreck you in the future.
It's going to wreck you in the future, right? Yep. And then everybody that you bring onto your team, they're going to see you operate with that same moral fiber. They're going to do crazy stuff. And, so like I think the shortcut of experience and the shortcut of like being a good businessman.
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
you have the right mentor,
that makes
right?
sense.
It pays dividends.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about, or anything else you want to
Let's talk about you, man.
Sure, what do you want to know?
You're the one with the Lambo. I'm trying to get like you.
You can easily afford a Lambo. You got all boats and everything else. You just don't
I want
do
to know
it.
the coolest thing about having a Lambo.
Dude, the driving experience is definitely underrated.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the social media, like bullshit and clout and things like that, that's fun and cool.
Yeah.
Like the attention it grabs. But the driving experience alone, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's way underrated. Like, just if you're a car guy and you enjoy that stuff, it's fun. It's fun. Like, it's like fun, right?
How does it stack up to like, have you driven a Ferrari?
I haven't driven a Ferrari. No, I haven't driven that. What else have I driven? I was a classic car muscle car guy before, dude.
I could see you in like
I have
a
had
drop top Cutlass.
Yeah, I had a drop top Cadillac. I've had a bag Lincoln Continental suicide doors, like slammed out. I had Chevelles.
Yeah, I love the Chevelle.
I loved my Chevelle. I had LS Chevelle.
You want to hear a crazy story? When I was like 14, my mom was dating this guy, and he was moving across the country, and he had this old Chevelle. It's 1967 Chevelle Super Sport drop top.
Nice.
And he gave it to me, right? And just like it was beat up, it was a rust bucket. It wasn't nice at all.
Did it run?
It ran. I did a bunch of work to it, fix it up, and it had rusted out floorboards, no AC. I gave that car away, traded it for $2,000 because my girlfriend wouldn't ride in it. She was bitching that it leaked when it rained, and it
had holes in the floor.
It didn't have an AC, and I gave that car away. That's like a $12,000 car.
Easily, right now, as that was.
12 G's. And like, man, my biggest regret is anytime I see one of those Chevelles, I'm like, that should be in my garage.
Absolutely.
Right now.
You got toys? What toys do you have? You got a boat?
I got a boat. Yeah, I'm a big time fisherman, so I love to offshore fish. I got a 30-foot Robalo.
That's awesome.
And I'm from the woods, man, so I don't have any flashy sports cars because I would kill myself in one.
That's why I didn't get one until I was in my mid-30s, man.
But I got a nice jacked up truck and
a
couple four-wheelers.
Yeah?
So
awesome, man.
GMC.
You hunt a lot being from the woods, do you?
Big time hunt. Love to bird hunt, man.
Oh,
Duck hunting, dove hunting.
Waterfowl, dove,
You don't have to sit there like in the tree stand with the deer. You got to be all quiet.
Exactly.
Like last Saturday, I'm sitting in a dove field, drinking my monsters, watching the Alabama football game. Bird come by, bam, 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 bam.
It's a blast. Yes.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, I didn't grow up deer hunting or anything like that. I grew up bird hunting, so we'd go up to Kansas, shoot pheasant, quail, things like that. I love the fast pace. I couldn't get behind. I mean, my wife, her whole family does a lot of deer hunting. I respect it. I love it. I love eating it.
Yeah.
And man, to be honest, I just don't have the patience.
Yeah, it's slow going.
Yeah, waterfowl's a blast. It's fun. It's
duck
fun.
hunting's freaking fun.
Yes, it is.
Duck hunting's fun.
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you interviewing. And you got anything else you want to tell them?
Just get out there and get after it.
Yeah. Lift the weights, baby.
Lift the weights.